welcome back to Cityline. Well, with me is somebody who, the club that she is the president of, I go to every single night. I belong to their club on Facebook, and I read everything that is going on. Let me tell you something. These women are movers and shakers. We're talking about the Tacoma City Association of Colored Women's Club. Please join me in welcoming their president, Cynthia Tucker. Cynthia, welcome back to Cityline.
Thank you.
It's so great to see you, my dear, and you look so fabulous. So for people who said, what is the Tacoma City Association of Colored Women's Club? If they were to ask you that question, what would you say to them?
Well, we are a regional, state, and local organization. In Washington State, we presently have 2 cities associated with our club, Tacoma and Seattle. In the past, there were 7 cities in Washington State, from Spokane all the way over here to Seattle, Bremerton, Longview, Kennewick, many cities. But as people aged out and they didn't recruit, they end up losing those cities. So we are constantly on the move to try to get more cities and recruit new members.
So speaking of new members, when you were thinking about joining this organization, what inspired you to join and become a part of this?
Okay, I was a military wife, and after arriving at Fort Lewis, I decided to go back to school. And this is where I met Mrs. Freddie Barnett, who she introduced me to the Tacoma City Association of Colored Women's Clubs. And so therefore, I started attending their events and was very impressed with their purposes and the work that they were doing.
So Cynthia, what is the purpose of the organization?
Okay, so currently we have 3 clubs: the Asbury Culture Club, the McCabe 20 Club, and the Future Sevens Club. Each club has their own focus, and a person can select which one of those clubs when they join to belong to. And so our clubs focus on art history and cultural awareness, education and healthcare, and civic community leadership development. So it all boils down within those clubs. Now, just because you are involved in one of those 3 clubs, that doesn't mean that you can't attend events put on by the other 2 clubs, because we make it a unity.
I love that. So there's been some exciting news in Tacoma involving one of your founders, Mrs. Nettie Asbury. I watched the city council when Carol Mitchell called in and talked about the exciting news. So if you can tell us, for people who don't know, who is Mrs. Nettie Asbury, and what besides being a founder has she contributed to the club and of course to Tacoma?
Well, Nettie Asbury was a member of the community. Her home, which is the home we now have acquired, was up there on the hilltop. And over the years, the home is over 100 years old, but over the years, we have been seeking to get some historical landmarks in Tacoma. So we had the opportunity to get her home. Dr. Nettie Asbury, who I sometimes call her, she was a musician. In her home, she gave lessons. She contributed to the community by holding meetings. She was also a civil rights activist. She started the first NAACP in the West and the Allen Red Cross. When she started the Allen Red Cross, her and a few of the members who helped start the club went out and purchased sewing machines, and they taught the women in the community how to sew.
I love that. That is incredible. So when we think about Nettie, who were the other founders that she would have rubbed shoulders with, Cynthia?
Okay, these other members also were community icons. Mrs. Eliza McCabe, Mrs. Helen Stratford. Those three women got together and formed the Washington State Association of Colored Women's Club, which is 108 years old, and the Tacoma City Association of Colored Women's Club, which is 98 years old. And so by forming them clubs, they set down the landmarks. We're still alive, we're still here, and we're still active.
That's right. That's right. You sing that from the rooftop, sister. That's exactly right. Let's talk about in the next 6 months, events that are going to be coming up. And we're going to preface that with, we know that we're in the middle of a pandemic and things change every single day. But what other events are coming up that maybe we can put on our calendar and keep our eye on?
Well, we have the Black History Month, which we do every February. Last year we did a book oratorio. And when we did that, we had to do it by Zoom. And it was quite fun to tell you the truth. We really enjoyed it. This year, we intend to hold it at the clubhouse, but the way things are going, we're probably going to end up doing Zoom because we don't feel comfortable. We don't want nobody to get sick. So we will probably do it by Zoom once again this year. The book that we are reading is called Dear Success Seeker, Wisdom from Outstanding Women by Michelle Wright.
Very, very nice. And so I want to go back to something you said about how we're looking at events and keeping our eyes on them. Anybody can join to read. Tell us about, in the sense of people who want to be a part of it and join membership, how is that handled now virtually through COVID?
Well, we do have a website, or you can go to our Facebook page at Tacoma CWC .inc, and you can leave a message there. Also, Tacoma Creates, which they have their website. We put all our flyers excuse me, on our website. And so our office is open. If someone wants to join and stop by and leaves me a note, just slide it in the mail slot. I go down there twice a week. I will get it and I will respond to them. I will either call them or email them or text them, whatever way they desire.
Let's talk about who we'd like to give thanks to, who made the Nettie Asbury home purchase a reality. I don't know if people really understand how the hard work that was put in by the members of the Colored Women's Club to get this property safe.
Well, let me tell you, the government, the mayor's office, the Black Collective, many legislators helped, the Historical Society in Tacoma, Washington State Architect and the History organizations, a lot of organizations contributed to making this happen. For 5 years, we have been working on this. And the last 2 years, we really ramped it up. Now, Forterra was a big part of this. They took the head of this, gathered everybody, pulled everybody together, and made it happen, especially with our state government.
I love that. Yes, big shout out.
And I may have left somebody out, but I didn't do it on purpose. I'll tell you that.
Well, you know, I often say anybody who touched this Nettie Asbury project, we want to say a huge thank you to.
Yes, ma'am.
And it kind of just covers all of it. As we're in our last few minutes here, what does the Colored Women's Club need from our viewers right now? Are you needing volunteers? Are you needing funds? Tell us what it is the city of Tacoma and our great citizens can do for you.
Well, if we are always trying to grow and have our membership really expand, Anyone who wants to contact us can call us at 253-627-9777 and request a packet, and I will get a membership packet out to them. If they're just interested in our history and want to know prior to getting a membership packet, what do we do? I can send them that information also. And once again, they can go to the Tacoma CWC .inc website and look at some of the things we're doing, because we do advertise and congratulate each other and put all kinds of programs on there to help be involved in the community.
I love that. Cynthia, thank you so very much. First off, for taking time out of your day to do this. It's not just the 13 minutes that we have here, it's all the prep that goes into it. So thank you so much for your knowledge and your wisdom and your warmth. And my goodness, I can't wait to see what happens next with the Nettie Asbury House. Dr. Asbury was a woman to be reckoned with, and as all wonderful women are in the Colored Women's Club. So I can't wait for the first tour. I'll keep my ear to the ground, and I know you'll be back on Cityline when those tours become available.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, for being here today. We have much more to come on Cityline. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this quick break.